friends, if you didn't already know. Looky here, we got us a full house. We got Wonder Lady Faye. We've got a little bit of tea and Danish over here. We got Miss Nadine down at the bottom. And right over here in the corner is our Gen X RN, Miss Rhonda. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
Y'all are very good at that. Boy, we're a lively bunch this evening, ain't we? Who's in the chat? We've got Robert. We've got Dave. And we've got Jen's little corner. Hi, y'all. Thank you for coming. We're going to get some notifications going out here, and the regular crew should be popping in. So has everybody had an okay week? Faye? We'll start with Faye. You go first. I know you're tired. Go ahead.
Oh, just really, really busy and very, very winter worn already. That kind of thing. A little bit of YouTube drama, as always.
Oh, gosh, that's been so crazy.
We'll get by.
We always do.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you going to toss it to?
I'll toss it back to you.
Back to me? Awesome. All right. Well, then I'm going to toss it down here to Nadine. Nadine is not having a good week. I'm not going to make you tell us you're not having a good week. But I know you had some computer troubles here just a little while ago, and I'm sorry to hear that. We have winter setting in all over the country. Everybody's been bitching about the cold weather. So, anything you want to share tonight, Nadine, my dear?
Well, besides the cold weather and the arthritis, I got nothing to share.
Aww. I'm glad you made it.
I'm peeved off at Logitech again because their cameras suck. They can't make two of them work together. Okay, I'm stopping.
You don't have to stop. It's your turn. If you want to rant about Logitech, you just be my guest.
It's not positive.
Okay. It's
very
positively
angry.
Frustrating, right?
Yeah, it's positively frustrating. So I'm just going to stop so that I don't like really, really, really make it bad.
Well, I can put a spin on that for you.
Spin it.
You are positive you're not happy with Logitech cameras tonight.
I am very positive about that part.
That's it.
I am positive beyond belief positive.
Oh, Robert says he would share his ice cream. That's so sweet. Hi, Shadow Kitty. Happy birthday to Shadow Kitty.
It's Shadow Kitty's birthday.
Yes,
Awesome.
I believe it is.
Awesome kitty birthday. Awesome.
Mr. Shadow Kitty, let me visit you.
And we're supposed to have our friend, Miss Apostababe, Linda James. I have a feeling she'll pop in at some point. I think she might have misunderstood the time zones or something to that effect. But we're holding a spot for her. What about you, Rhonda? How's your week? Doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I got new medicine this week. Yippee! Let's see. That's about it. Finished my 5th session with the therapist I was seeing. So now I'm moving on to somebody that was actually recommended to me as good instead of here. Use this one. We'll pay for it for 5 sessions. Then you're on your own.
Hey, but what a bonus that you got to see that it's something you really do think you want to continue. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, it's great. I'm really having a good week since I started the second medicine. I feel like I'm way more chill than I was for a while, and I feel like At least I can take a deep breath in, let the deep breath out, and I'm going to be okay.
That's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. So tell me just a little bit about your picture there. You say that's your grandma?
Yes, that is Granny. I got this picture from one of my cousins because I didn't ever know Granny. Because, well, that's the side of the family that found me on Ancestry from Ancestry DNA test.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, shout out to all the grannies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How about you, Miss Linda T in the Danish? How's your week been, sweetie?
My week has been good. My husband had not been to work. He's been at home, had a whole week.
Oh dear. You poor thing.
Well, we have had fun.
Oh, well, then I'll just take that right back.
Yeah, just chilling.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I know that he's sitting in the background over there, and I know he's being a good boy, and he's going to be shh because he's not allowed in the stream.
Yeah.
You know we love you, Morton. Don't say anything. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, oh my gosh, my Twitters are going off like crazy. Who's bothering me while I'm in the middle of all of this? uh, Nadine, wake up, Robert says.
Nope.
Spooky. Hi, Spooky. Big hug for Spooky Bed Hair. Nice to see you. Been a while. Been a while. So, guys, we have a good subject tonight. We have decided we're going to talk about if women ruled the world. The tiara. Isn't it sparkly? I paid $1 for it. I'm so smart. So that's, my bargain hunter thing. I know people who brag about how much they spend on stuff. It's like, yeah, I'm going to tell you how cheap I got it because I'm smart. So I went searching on Google for memes, things like that, to see about what does the world say about if women ruled the world. And I found there's a book or two that's been written, and there's some, of course, opinions, blogs, and things like that. But I only was able to find one meme. One. And it was repeated so many times that it was ridiculous. Reworded a little bit here and there, different pictures attached to it or whatever. But basically, what it said was if women ruled the world, there would be no wars. There would just be a bunch of angry countries not talking to each other. And my thought was like, no, that's not right.
I don't see a problem with it.
Well, I just don't think we would actually deal with stuff that way. Jen says, I thought we did rule the world. You know what? I really wish we did. I really wish, in a sense, that we did, because then we would have more equality. Because I don't think we would be the soul crushing patriarchal types that we've had to deal with over millennia. And I don't know. I just think there would be I think we would be able to do things a little more balanced because we balance well. Now, I'm being general, of course. I know there are crazy ones of us. I know they're out there. I've met a few, and I can be one sometimes. uh, so, what does Rhonda think about if women ruled the world? Let's throw it over to Rhonda, since she's our newest guest.
Well, okay, so if women ruled the world, I tend to agree. I think of us much like I think about my cats. So they usually just have a little tussle. It's not fight to the death, and it's just something that's much more simple. So anyway, I'm going to tell you, I'm suddenly lightheaded.
Oh,
And I just
wine?
realized I said something that was a little bit scattered and didn't make any sense. I'm going to I'm gonna bow out. I'm feeling strange suddenly.
Okay,
Okay.
sweetie. Well, that's
Yeah.
all right. If you're if you feel like coming back, just come right back in. Same link. I'll let you right back in. Okay.
Okay,
All
okay.
right. No judgment, sweetie. You be okay.
Thank you.
All right. Love you, girl.
Love you.
Oh, I hope she's okay.
Well, I do too. That was a little sudden, but
Mm,
she's like she said, dealing with some new medications and stuff like that. So that may be just be it. She'll probably be fine. She's a strong and super smart lady, and she's a nurse. So I have confidence that if it's something extreme, she'll know how to deal with it or how to get help and that sort of thing. But we love you, Rhonda. Come back in the chat if you'd just rather not be on camera. That's okay too. Whichever floats your boat, sweetie. Okay, so and we were talking about if women ruled the world, and I don't know what she said that might have upset her because I didn't hear anything that sounded
I
improper, but that's
I don't
okay.
think she said anything improper, but that's it. If she feels uncomfortable, then
That's right.
she needs to bow out. Yeah.
That's right. It's
mhm.
exactly. This is an easy time. We're all just hanging out and having fun. And if you're uncomfortable or unhappy, we don't judge that at all. Right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I want to say I'm so happy and proud that Nadine is here because I know how bad you feel, sweetie, and I love you so much for coming. All right, so let's throw it over to Linda. Linda, talk to me about what you think would be different or maybe what would be better or worse. What do you think about women ruling the world? Like if the roles were really reversed and the patriarchy didn't exist and it had always just been women, what do you think? Would it be different?
Mm, maybe a bit boring, I guess.
Uh, okay.
Why?
Well, only women, no
No, I
men
don't mean only women exist. I mean only women
ruled.
in charge.
So, I'm kind of neutral.
Okay. All right. Above the bond, which it really needs to be a balance. I think we would be balanced better. I think we would be more able to see the value in the individual and look beyond whether they were male or female. But that's kind of hopeful, wishful thinking, ain't it?
Mhm.
I
Um,
always try to look on the sunny side of life, but it's really hard.
Mhm.
Oh, well, okay. Is she gonna be okay?
yeah, she's gonna be fine.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. Tell her to just come back in the chat room and
No, she
give
needs
us
to lay down.
give us a hard time.
She needs to lay down. But anyway,
Okay, yeah, she needs to lay down, that's for sure. Alrighty then. I'm sorry I'm not laughing at you, Rhonda. I'm not. But I am. Just a little bit. It's okay.
anyway, Nadine,
She's
what do
gonna
you
be alright.
think?
She's gonna
What
be okay.
yeah.
I think if women ruled the world, it would be burnt down
Yep.
once a month regularly instead of long drawn out freaking wars. We tear the shit out of everything and then it would be all good.
That's the first honest thing I've said. I love that. That's probably absolutely true.
You fucking know it is.
You
God
know it
damn
is.
it.
Hi,
Like there wouldn't
Steph.
be any
Saucy.
there wouldn't be any long drawn out wars like these like the men do. Like they just hold on to it forever. Fuck that. You just get pissed off once a month and tear up
Nuke
everything
'em
and then
all.
nuke them all, take a breath and be okay. Now we're good. And just move on with the regular business. So there. Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's my
think you
thoughts.
nailed it. Yep.
That's my thoughts.
Nadine wins.
I think Faye was on the
Put an
same.
end to that subject, didn't it?
I think Faye, do you have anything to add to my thoughts?
A little.
Because
A
I know
little.
yours was about the same.
Well, I don't even think it would be a once a month thing because if you look at the women in history who have had power,
Yeah.
um, like Queen Hatshepsut, who by the time she was done, the next ruler was so traumatized, aka her kid, was so traumatized by her rule that he erased her name and tried to erase her from history.
There we go.
I mean, what do you call it? Caligula, his ruler was his mother, or no, was it his wife or his mother? I'm getting my Roman emperors mixed up, but one of them was so traumatized by his mom. He tried to have her executed, like he tried to have her assassinated, and eventually he had her killed. Eleanor of Aquitaine, also, big shit stirrer. Big shit stirrer. And let's not forget Queen Elizabeth I. She had the whole court going, get married, have kids, get married, have kids. And she's going, I'll be assassinated. No. Oh,
Yeah.
Spain, you're going to give me a hard time?
Oh my
Well,
God.
I'm
that
going to
was
throw you some serious shade.
that would be the smart thing to do, wouldn't it?
Right. I think if women were thrust into power, we might just burn the planet down. It's like, oh yeah, you don't appreciate it? You don't appreciate it? You'll get exactly what you ask for.
Yay,
No,
Apostababe's
Okay,
here.
this
it is
doesn't
what it
look like it's
is.
gonna work. I better open up my computer. Hi
Oh,
guys, how are you?
hi, sweetie.
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
I'm glad you made
Awesome.
it. I was worried about you.
So sorry. I flaked on my
For
roommate. I was supposed to be cleaning, and I'm like, ugh.
Ugh,
That's all
screw
I can
that.
say. Ugh. I
Yeah.
just was. It was bad, and I was wrong. Okay, it's just all there is to it. And then
We
finally,
still
I'm
love you.
like, I have no energy. I need to like get some sugar or coffee or wake the. This is not okay. I love doing this kind of stuff. Why am I exhausted? You know?
It just
welcome
needs a
to
Okay,
glass of
my
so
wine
world.
or a jar of moonshine. There you go. That'll work.
oh man, I wish I drank. I don't.
That's
I
okay.
am a good time though. I really am. I am a good time.
That I believe.
Yeah, asking. I'm making myself sound like an idiot. Oh
No, you're
goodness.
So, are you?
absolutely
Nadine,
fine.
You're doing great. Are you on your
okay.
phone?
I am, which means my remember everything we did last night to get
Yep.
my picture up
Yep.
and we didn't know if it was going to work on the phone. We're finding out now.
I
It
kind of
doesn't
was
work
afraid
on
of
the
that.
phone.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm opening up my laptop.
I'm multifunctional and sometimes a bit chaotic, but we still. Thank you, Robert. I know this absolutely about myself. I am multifunctional and a bit chaotic. You just like described me perfectly.
And
But
she's
I
got a tiara.
try, and I have a crown. I have my tiara.
Oh, is that a crown? Not a
It's a, it's
tiara.
a tiara. Yes, it's hiding my headphones.
Crown. Well, if women ruled the world, let's call that. She adjusts her crown, centers it just a tad before she rules the world. Snap.
Hey, and I'm the bargain queen. I only paid $1 for it.
Oh, this makes me want to even worship women more when they can get it on sale.
That's right. I saved you money, honey.
Exactly.
The more you
How
spend,
you
the more you
doing?
save.
Exactly. How you doing, Linda?
I'm okay.
I haven't had a chance to meet you yet, but I've been loving your pictures in the um, whatever that's called, a thread where we chat. The pictures of you and your cats. So beautiful.
No, those are Rhonda's cats. Rhonda
Another
was here, but she wasn't feeling well and had to leave. So she was here for a few minutes, but she wasn't feeling well. So we let her leave. We didn't hold her hostage.
well, okay, Linda, please forgive me. I thought you were the one with the bitching cats, and
No, she's the one
I
with the
just
bitching
glasses
toys.
like
Yeah, she's got the awesome
oh.
Legos, and she's got the cutest puppers, and she's got a very well-behaved husband who's sitting in the background being very quiet. And
Now
Don't
that's
challenge
impressive.
him.
I just
That's
love messing with
impressive.
him because I know he's over there.
My computer's doing that whole working on updates, 38% complete.
Oh God, screw you, Windows. Oh my God, seriously, that's okay. That's okay. If you want to
It
turn your
did that
camera off
last night
and just do
after I got off the computer.
the circle, I don't know. Has anybody used StreamYards in a mobile device that can tell her how to upload her picture? Because that was the problem we had last night. Is I couldn't explain to her how to do it on a mobile device because I've never used it on a mobile device.
Me neither. It should
Uh,
have let her do it while she was on the phone and kept she was on the computer and then kept the setting.
Well, I thought so too, but I don't know if maybe her app and her computer are not synced or something, her phone. I don't know. But it's okay.
Anyway,
She's gonna get it worked out. We figured it out last night. She's gonna get, and all she's gotta do is pop out and pop back in. Same link, no big deal. She got it. Neil, hi Neil, how you doing? He remembers sleeping. Yeah, sleep is one of those things we all crave. So, back to the subject at hand. Nadine kind of killed it. She said the ultimate truth that if women ruled the world, we would just burn it down every 30 days or so. I like what Robert said, and the army would have to change equipment and uniforms every 6 months because they're out of fashion.
well,
No,
that's not fair.
no,
Okay, so I
no.
have a question. When I mentioned this about women ruling in the world, I don't remember exactly where I was, but I mentioned it a few days ago. And a bunch of fellas who were in the chat as well said, "You already do run the world. You already do." And so I'm gonna
No.
throw a question over to the guys in the chat. What the hell do you mean?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello,
Did we lose?
Angie?
I'm
I think we must launch
Angie
last Angie.
froze.
Yeah.
Okay.
She froze. And I'm going to step out of here and try to get on through my computer. Okay, ladies?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okie
Well,
dokie.
so
You,
it's just us three.
it's just the three of us.
Do
We
do
can
you
make
think
it if we
women rule the
try.
world? What about you, Linda?
The hell?
Huh?
No,
Do
there
you
we go.
think?
Am I back?
You're
Yeah.
back.
What the fuck?
You froze.
I was talking my damn head off, and all of a sudden it's like, "Where's Angie? What do you mean, where's Angie? I'm right here." Yeah, I don't know the hell I have been through this week with my internet. I wanted to kill the internet provider people. But I'm back, so it's all good.
Okay.
Maybe I should mute just a minute.
Hello. Okay.
Hi.
Did she go away
I
again?
muted.
She
No, I
muted.
muted.
Okay.
She's
So I could
muted.
yell at my husband to please get off the internet.
Just for the hour.
Gives me all the bandwidth, damn it. All right, so Lynn will be back in a minute. Uh, who's next? Somebody else talk. I've been doing all the talking.
We didn't even address what we started. So,
We did?
do women already rule the world? And my answer is no, of course not. I
No.
mean, some of us are really good at putting on our bathing suits and leaning on cars to sell them, but that doesn't mean we're actually empowered.
Mhm.
Right? I agree. I
I
agree.
mean, with the boobies doesn't come any respect. uh, there's you do hear the occasional, well, she means well, but she's a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there
Yes.
have been
Means well.
occasions where I have been in DMs or just out in Twitter or out in the world, and I've seen men's reaction to women reacting to things, and it's not cool. I mean, if one of you are, you know, it if it applies, it's not meant as anything horrible, but it is noticeable. And I've noticed it directed at some of my friends. Like Nadine will occasionally say something that, I don't know, is a fact. And then everyone turns into a flock of seagulls and takes a shit on her.
Yeah, I've seen that happen too. Or just they act like she didn't even say anything. That's the part that drives me crazy. Like someone will literally say, "I need help with something." She'll offer the help, and 10 other people act like she didn't say anything. And it drives me crazy. Yeah, yeah. I've been dealing with home improvements, and of course, that's all done by guys. And anything that I say is wrong. Like, it doesn't matter if they say the exact same thing after that. It's wrong because I said it. you know? It's very infuriating.
Of course you're wrong.
Of
You got
course I'm wrong.
boobs. You got boobs, you're always wrong. And you're emotional too, by the way, just so you know.
I know, right? We're so emotional.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost as if the absurd can be assumed because it's coming from an emotional person. There was a comment that I had commented on. It was a little gif for video, and I was like, "Ew," because it was really ew.
Yeah.
And you know, the male theirs was just like, "What?" And I'm going, "That's really gross." And they're like, "Oh well, blah 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 blah," and I'm like, "Yeah, but that it's gross, and I don't want to see it." And their response was fair enough.
Okay.
Is it really fair enough? I mean, did I really have to be drugged through the whole? Eh, I'm sure I'm not. Well, maybe I am. Oh, never mind.
No, don't stop.
Well, I care about the person who actually I'm talking about, so
Of
it's kind of
course.
hard. But
Well,
it's like, did was his visceral reaction because I said ew? So was that absurd to him? Because I got questioned about it,
yeah.
and it's like I don't have to see it. And, oh, fair enough. Okay.
Well, and okay, Robert says there are some entitled asshole men out there, but they don't represent all of us. We
Well, a
know.
lot of them aren't even assholes. A lot of them can be
Yeah.
complete sweethearts. But
Right.
the thing is, it's like sexism and feminism and all kinds of humanisms and even atheism and Christianity and just religion in itself have imprinted the culture. How you grew
I
up,
agree.
how your
Yeah.
parents interact with each other,
Yep.
imprints on each and every one of us. Now, if you had a strong, uh, female in your household, you're going to be okay,
Right.
especially with the ladies. But if your mom was kind of like meek and mild and your dad screamed at her all the time, you might think that's normal.
That's true. And you and I are evidence of that. We both had very different upbringings. I was sent to charm school and manners and be a demure Southern little lady, and you were taught real stuff. Like I
Like
I
kill it with
envy your
fire.
upbringing. Yeah, like kill it with fire. I envy your upbringing. I kind of do because I felt a little. I feel a little deprived because I was encouraged to be like my mom worked, right? She worked. She was a career woman. She was a nurse. She worked her ass off, but she also waited on my dad hand and foot. And he did not have to lift a finger as far as, laundry or dishes or those women's jobs, and that time has just passed, and I really, really think we would do better. I think we could do better. So,
Well, the
and the
thing
guys
is,
have had a chance at running shit for a really long time.
yeah, but I don't think that half of the men out there realize the impact that their behavior is having. Like, I don't think they
Oh, no.
realize that they are dismissing, say, if Nadine shows up and says, I have a solution, I don't think they even realize they're dismissing her out of hand.
Right. I
Like,
don't think they realize it.
I don't think that when I got into an argument this week with a guy, well, second guy, that I don't think he realized that I'm being if you're not asking me why I haven't have other thoughts about something, then you're dismissing me. Now, why are you
Boo.
dismissing me? Are you dismissing me because I'm Faye, or are you dismissing me because I'm a chick?
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
gonna be quiet now because I've been ranting.
That's all right.
Oh. Okay, ladies. So I'm back here through my smartphone again because, believe it or not, my computer says it's 100% complete on its updates. And don't turn off your computer, but it's still doing the spin around thing and
Oh, fuck, I hate
never
that.
gave me a screen. And see, this is
Ugh.
surprising to me because after I got off the phone with you last night, Miss Angie,
Uh,
it did one of these things and then it turned itself off. So I don't know why it's doing this. And so
well,
I'm
because it
back
has to
here.
turn itself off, and then when you turn it back on, it finishes. That's why. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Um,
That's okay.
it turned
It's all
itself
right.
off last night, though, didn't it? Someday we'll talk.
Yeah,
Someday
but if
somebody
you
can
didn't turn
explain
it
that to
back
me.
on, well, but when you turn it back on after it does the shutdown thing, if you don't turn it back on right then, it doesn't finish until you turn it back on.
Okay. Wow. Now this I never knew. I'm a cell
At least
phone gal,
that's how
okay?
mine does it.
I hardly
So
ever
I just
open
want to
my
say one
laptop.
thing to the fellas. Hi, Doorknob Head. And Maya's here and Theo's here. I want to say one thing to the fellas, especially the guys over in the chat, because we know, okay, we know you're not like that. We know you don't advocate for mistreatment of women or anything like that. And most of the people we deal with in our circle of friends are good guys. But there are still things that you do that you don't. We're trying to get you to understand you don't realize that you do. We're just asking you to open your eyes a little more, maybe. And before you dismiss information, think about why are you dismissing that information? Is it really because you don't think it's correct information? Or is it just because a girl said it? So just examine yourselves is all we ask. We're not dissing on the fellas tonight too hard because we love our guys. We really do. We wouldn't know what we could do without you.
Can I add a
Might be
caveat?
a little well, we might be a little less crazy, but yeah, go ahead.
I have a
Uh,
question.
oh, okay, go
Hang
ahead.
on, go ahead, Faye.
Oh, the caveat would also be just because it seems like an emotional response, whether it's from a male or female, because there might be a male who you think is a little sensitive that you might
Right?
feel like dismissing. Maybe ask more questions before you decide what they're saying. That's all.
I like that.
I agree. What was you going to say, Apostababe?
Um,
You have a question.
wasn't it, you know, the colonies and all that with bringing over Christianity that turned, everything patriarchal? And I think, things were more run by women before that in history. And I just associate it very much with the realm of Christianity that
Not quite.
misogynistic women are less than.
Not quite. There was a period of time where um, human society, because women stayed home. Women were raising children and stuff like that. But there was a period of time where there was a patriarchal shift, but it was really far back. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
we
and
were
there's been
still chopping up
pockets.
we were still chopping up men and feeding the fields with a virgin male, to fertilize the fields after he had been used the night before quite heavily by a priest or maiden. But go ahead.
Fun.
Okay, Robert says true. But remember that there are some things women do without realizing it, like the "you know very well what you did wrong" sentence without telling us what we did wrong. Okay, I have never
That's just
ever
not right.
said that to a man.
Me either.
If they ask
Me
me what did
either.
I do, I'll flat out tell them you what you did is you hurt my feelings by saying this, or you did this to me, or what you said or what you did hurt me. That's like we were talking about last week about comedians. They say that a lot. That, oh, you know what you did wrong. If a woman says that to you, then she's messing with your head, because I don't. Do you guys say that? Do you ladies say that?
You know that I treat men like dogs, so no.
That's true. Come here, baby. Give him a little scritchy behind the ears. Good boy,
But I
go
hear
lay
they
down.
like it.
Apparently, according to last week, they do. Like, they're all about, yeah, can I have some belly rubs? So, yeah, apparently they like that. So, okay, so we've established that if women would be more clear in our communication, which is a thing I think we need to do sometimes. I do know one thing, guys. You have a tendency to read things into what we say. I know if I tell you something, I mean exactly what I said. There's no hidden meaning, there's no innuendo, unless I'm being openly sarcastic, which is usually pretty obvious. Um, if I say so, that's what I mean. That's what I want you to hear me say, is what I just said. Nadine, I heard you over there. Come on, speak up, honey. Poor baby. I love you.
Yeah.
Aw,
Love you too. I just hurt so much. It's
I'm so
awful.
sorry.
The ache is like the ache is everything.
Hmm.
It's just the way winter is for me. Yeah. What were we talking about again?
I mean what I say.
Oh.
It's not interpretive dance.
That's right.
Freak, exactly, by anybody, not even just men, by women or anybody else. Who, if you need
Say it, go girl.
to interpret what I said, you need to go back in school and learn reading comprehension all the fuck over again. Because I don't have no lines in my sentences exactly what I said is exactly what I meant. And if you have to read into that, you didn't learn how to fucking read. That's just all there is to it.
Preach, sister.
Like, if you read into anything I say, you didn't learn how to read. And that goes for everybody. Not just men do it, women do it too. So
Yes.
it's
Yes.
I've seen plenty of women do it to me, and it's just like, I did not say that.
Nerdy. Nerdy says, "What did Nadine just say?" It all just sounded Canadian.
All Canadian, yeah, upside the
And this
head.
coming from an English rat. So there you go. Rodent, not rat. I don't know if Nerdy is a rat, a mouse, a hamster, a gerbil. I'm not sure. It's just a rodent. Could be a nutria.
A shape-shifting rodent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's all I know is I'm frustrated to the tits about it. about people reading into what I say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
no, that's not what I said. Go ahead, Faye.
well, Linda,
Or
Tea and Danish Linda, I want to know. You're a woman of few words. So do
Mm,
you say what you mean, or are you a read between the lines kind of girl?
no, I don't. I don't say what I mean.
You don't say what you mean?
No.
Really? How does that work for you?
Not that
I think
good.
we need to establish whether or not she says what she wants to say.
Okay.
Well, no, I don't.
So what causes you to hold your tongue? I'm curious.
Hmm. Just, just afraid of others' opinions
Really? Others' opinions of you or of what you think in general? Or
of me.
Well, I think you're kind of cool. I think you are wonderful. I think you are funny. And I think you need to let your hair down a lot more because when you do get riled up, you're adorable and fun.
yes. Yes. I just agree with what she said 100% right there. Nailed it.
Well, thank you.
You got one of the best
So,
laughs in the world, hun.
and she's got awesome boobs.
And you like Lego. I mean, come on.
I know, right?
Yeah.
that's like so awesome. It's like awesome stuck on top of a little awesome cake with like 10 tons awesome sauce on top.
Mhm.
I got Legos on my windowsill. I don't have a lot.
When you and your husband were building Lego, I was like, Nadine, they're building Lego, and she's like, oh my god, that's so cool.
We are a Lego loving house as well, yes. So,
Mhm.
Pasta Babe, what about you? Are you a say what you mean kind of girl, or do you like to beat around the bush a
Yeah,
little?
yeah. No, beating around the bush, being vague, being giving hints does not work for me. It pisses me off,
Yeah.
actually. So in my opinion, doing that to others is not treating them well. You see, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I think we should always be honest with what we have to say. It's
Mhm.
okay to be gentle in your honesty. Like that's okay. It's
Hmm.
okay to be blunt and not so gentle. I think honesty is good either way you serve it, in my opinion.
And see, okay, in my background, um, as a woman, being assertive was strongly discouraged, meaning not frickin' allowed.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so when I finally get the chance to be assertive, I did it really wrong for many years. So I would like to think I've kind of, tweaked it a little bit to be more honoring to the other person when I state what I'm wanting. But I also welcome the feedback.
Yeah. I'm typing and nothing's happening. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think I understand. Because there was a period of time where my auntie had to take me aside and she was like, there's a difference between assertive and aggressive, hun.
That's
Hmm.
right.
And I
As
went,
an
what?
abrasive. Yeah.
And I was like, but I'm just being clear. And she's like, clear like a 50-ton hammer.
Right. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to be so blunt, I guess, but I appreciate your bluntness, Wonder Lady. I really do. Like, I
Oh,
like
I do
that in a
too.
person.
It is
I
refreshing.
enjoy people telling me you're too loud, Nadine, or you're being obnoxious, or you're being needy, or you're being clingy, or what is wrong with you? You sound like a bitch today. I appreciate stuff like that.
Oh, am I muted?
No, I don't think
No.
so. I
No.
Okay.
hear you.
I should mute because I'm going to start my coffee maker up.
Ooh, can you make me a cup, honey? I'm so tired.
If you like,
Aw.
but it might be cold by the time it gets over there.
That's
You're gonna
okay.
make it. You're gonna make it. We only got 15 minutes.
I'm gonna I'm going to step out and try to come back in on my computer again.
Okay.
Looks
Okay,
like it
sweetie,
might even happen.
okay.
Okay.
Good
See ya.
luck.
No,
Bye.
but as I said, there is a difference between being aggressive and being assertive. And I do try to be assertive, but there's something between my 20-year-old self and my now self
Yeah.
is different. Now I actually care if I leave the wounded behind. When I was in my 20s, I didn't care if I left wounded behind because the honest truth was coming out and I've kind of rolled that back. So as vicious as I can get now, you haven't seen the worst of me.
I think we mellow a little with age, don't we? In
I don't think
general.
my grandmother did.
Well, there's always exceptions, right?
Well, I, I thought she had the reputation of being soft served before I came around because my great aunts were like, I can get the idea that some men would be traumatized by them.
Yeah.
Well, here's an example. One of their boyfriends died, so she had him cremated and put him in an urn on her mantelpiece. And then a year later, her husband died, and she put him in a matching urn on the other side because she maintained a lover and a husband and ran a bar with her sisters because they owned the bar.
That's a good story.
That's
Just
just the beginning. Like
she sounds like a bold lady.
I had an uncle who died, and everyone sat around and talked about the three aunts the entire funeral for somebody else. They're like, "Do you remember when she killed the snake? Do you remember when she killed the chicken? Do you remember the? Do you remember when she punched that guy? Do you remember?" It's like we're here for somebody else. The aunties are way dead. They can't get you anymore.
Oh,
But yeah, that kind of thing. And I don't. I when I was growing up, I wanted to be like all three of them. And now I would rather be like Nana instead of leaving in the aftermath of despair and tears. I would rather be a little bit softer.
I understand that. I'm nice. Like I've always wished I could be just a hard nosed bitch of a person and just only care about me and be selfish and all those things that I think are what assertive people do. You know what I mean? Because I'm not very uh but I know that's not what assertive is. I know that's not real. And so that's one of the reasons I can't do it. I can be assertive if I have to. Like you kind of got to make me do that shit. Uh I try not to be abrasive, but I am honest. I am truthful. I try to temper it with gentleness, but it doesn't always come out that way. Like I screamed fuck you to my neighbors yesterday.
Oh my.
We've got home improvements going on at the house, and one of them thought it would be cute to drive by on their golf cart and go, "Oh, look, there is a driveway," because we had to move some stuff, right? And I was just like, "Fuck you! Don't you come near my house! I will shoot you with the BB gun! Don't you come around here saying nothing about my house!" I was pissed off, and the workers are out in front doing the cement and stuff, and they're listening to me scream at the neighbors across the street like some kind of insane person.
Oh
But yeah, that's why I'm
my.
fixing the house so I can get out of here. I hate them all.
Oh my.
I'm so glad Doorknob made it. It's good to see you, my friend.
I thought I had horribly crossed a line this morning because I called up my client and said I'll be right there, and she started talking my ear off.
Uh,
And I interrupted her like half hour later and I said, "Look, if you want me to work for you today, you need to shut the fuck up and wait until I'm there to talk to me." And she went, "Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, and I'm going. I'm thinking I just lost a half hour of time because a lot of times, occasionally a client will follow me around the house as I clean it. And they'll be
Mhm.
like, "Oh, that's an inventive way to get pet hair off a couch," and things like that. And I'm like, "Uh huh." And did you hear what Becky said to Amanda? No, I didn't. What happened? Meanwhile, I'm doing my job, but I'm listening. But when they're talking to me on the phone, I'm not getting paid by the hour for that crap.
Mhm. Yep.
So yeah.
hey, Jen's little corner. If you want to come in, honey, the link is in the group chat. If you want to come in, we've got room. We've got about 10 minutes left if you want to pop in and say hi.
And um, my landlady,
Yeah.
she used to work for this woman. Now her grandson works for this woman doing some cleaning and stuff. And this woman calls my landlady up to 12, 14 times a day and
Oh.
talks and talks and talks. So my landlady started charging for counseling because she calls her so much. She's like, I can't do this every single day for so long without getting reimbursed for it.
Yeah.
So she gets in practically an hour a day for work just to sit there and listen to this gal talk when she calls, like,
Wow.
so many times a day.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We all
So I'm going
know
to
someone
scroll up
like
here in
that.
the chat here right quick because Robert said something. Where did I find it? Where did it go? I lost it. Oh, there it is. I'm going to put this one up. Robert says, I have to be honest that in some cases I don't want them to be blunt. I know I have my flaws. So if someone's just nitpicking your flaws, that's not the same as being honest and being blunt. That's just being shrewish, and there's no reason to do that,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. You can tell someone that something they're doing is causing you pain or harm without telling them they're just a horrible person because you do this. It's like this thing that you're doing is upsetting me, and how can we fix that? So, yeah, Robert, what did you do?
Sometimes you have to learn how to bargain.
You do have to bargain. You got to negotiate a lot, for sure. So, bottom line, do we think women should rule the world?
Yes.
I think so too. I'm biased though.
Mm.
But it depends on the temperament of the individual because just like men, you do have unreasonable women.
Of
Mm-hmm.
course, because we're all just human, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh, here she is.
I know this is a really hard thing to explain, but
I
if
only
you
been there for
just
about 4 minutes.
if you
Sorry,
just
sweetie.
That's
if
all
you
right.
just put women, we can extend it for a little bit, but if
Yeah.
you
Oh,
just
I don't
put
care.
women together, because I did live in an all girls dormitory, if there are no men to witness, we can be the worst of the
Hmm.
worst. I mean, it's not like, oh, let's have a pillow fight. It's grab someone by the throat, hold them against the wall, and like it's going down, bitch. Like
Seriously, if we ruled the world, um, there would be forms of torture invented that men could never have thought of.
oh, we need to talk then. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, in all honesty, there are as many women out there that are as vile and horrible as some of the guys can be. I don't think the world would be any better place if we ruled it. The only thing is there might be more equality. That's all.
That's kind of
Maybe.
where I lined up on it. Like, I can't
Yeah.
I
necessarily
agree.
say we'd be better at certain things, but I do believe we would be more interested in everybody being equal and having a voice, because we would want the
But if
other
we'd always
gender
ruled
to
the
help.
world,
Like, you know, we
if
want
we'd
your help.
always ruled the world, because in matriarchal societies, the men tend to end up being downtrodden and in the same position that women are in patriarchal societies. So it's only because of our experiences in the world we're in that we can see that it would be better if it was the other way.
Yeah,
If we'd always ruled it, I don't think it'd be any different on
probably
the whole.
not. Probably not.
Because people are people in general, how they react and do horrible things. You get horrible people both sides. And unfortunately, horrible people tend to climb their way to the fucking top.
But
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Because they
so
don't give a damn who they step on.
that's
that
right.
makes them
They've got no.
Mhm.
They've got. I won't say they've got no morals, or some of them have no morals, but they've got a skewed sense of morals. Just look at Trump.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well-
so malignant
Please
narcissists.
don't look at Trump. You'll be sick.
Thank you. But malignant narcissists are better in leadership positions, and they
Nar-
get there much quicker
Mhm.
because
I don't know that
that's
they're
where
better,
they-
but you're right that they get there quicker. Narcissists
Correct,
tend
yes.
to be faster and at making decisions because they actually don't care about anybody else, and they can just make spot decisions without having to consider everything.
But image is everything. So if their
Yes.
image gets tainted, that's not a good day. So that kind of goes into how is this going to make me look good? And then, if they base some of the decisions around that, maybe we're okay.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, the very
let me-
Trump.
Yes, exactly. Let me ask you something, Miss Jill. Can you assist me on your statement that you say at the end of your videos about not choking on the selfie stick? Please fill me in. Oh no, is this wrong?
No, it's okay. Go ahead. Do it.
I will explain it. I don't have a gag reflex. And early on when I started on YouTube, I was on a stream with Meredith, as in Navadia, and I told that story. And she goes, I don't believe you, prove it. So I've got a couple of vibrators in a drawer beside me. So in the middle of her stream, I deep-throated one.
Oh damn!
It was a beautiful
I so
thing
wanna
too.
see
I
that.
It was
saw it.
brilliant.
Hello. Let's rule the world, girlfriend.
So, yeah, and when I was making my videos, I wanted a good catchphrase, and a lot of people who were following me at the time knew I'd done this. And selfie stick is a euphemism for a vibrator.
Oh, I like that.
So it's don't choke
Hmm.
on the vibrator.
Ding,
That's
light bulb went off.
fascinating. That's very fascinating. Thank you for telling me that.
No worries.
Thank you for asking that, Linda.
I thought everybody knew what it meant now.
I didn't.
I had an
Well,
idea, but I wasn't exactly sure.
in a
I
video
did
coming
not
up-
know the selfie stick was a euphemism for that. But
It
now
is. It's
I
a
think that's
euphemism for it.
wonderful.
Oh wow,
Um,
a selfie. Oh, I love it.
I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
It is.
okay.
It's so like self-maintenance. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's see. I do this thing because I'm an XJW. Okay. So instead of putting jw.org as I'm writing something out, because if I do, it'll give somebody the link to the org, which that's really not what I'm about. I'll put
Right.
these little things around the period. I forget what they're called. The little curve things. I don't know what-
Parentheses.
parentheses, they're full curve things. Anyways, mine, that in between JW and .org, if you get a chance to look at it, like it's on some of my videos, as in the title of the videos, you'll see that. And it's that there's a vagina. Yes, it is. You'll see that, and it is totally making fun of the org and totally not sending anybody to the org.
That's funny.
You
That's
know
perfect.
the little emoji that people do, which has like the circle in the middle and the
Sorry.
two slashes going in opposite directions. For years, I actually thought that was dirty. Yeah, not somebody doing that. The
Oh,
other
God,
end
that's
of the body.
Annie, how you doing, Aniceto? Nice to see you, sweetie. Oh my goodness, we've had a good time. So I put this little thing that Maya said here, and I want to ask Maya over in the chat, why do you say that women already rule the world? Because we talked about that earlier. Because I've heard guys say that, like, women already rule the world. What are you talking about? What do you mean by that? I hope she's still over in the chat.
I think it's because when I mentioned it earlier, it's the old euphemism that if we really put out, we can make most straight guys do exactly what we want.
Well, some of the
But
most
that's not
famous.
necessarily true. It's a stereotype, but it's
Yeah.
True, but most of the world's most famous poisoners or mass poisoners were women.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the threat that hangs over my husband's heads all the time is like, be nice to me because remember who
Who
feeds you?
cooks the food?
Who cooks the food? Treat me good.
But I mean,
And he
even back
does.
in,
So
I mean, I'm not going back into biblical times, but even if you go back into the 16th century, whilst the men might have ruled the world outside, the women ruled the house, and the men did what they were told inside the house to a large extent.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So it wasn't completely it wasn't completely unbalanced. I mean, it was in a sense that we had no political power and we had no right to employment and stuff like that. But it wasn't completely unbalanced. Unlike if you go back to biblical times where women were property.
Total property, which is
Yeah.
why we carry the last name of the man when we marry them.
Yeah. Actually, I only changed my name to my husband's name because it was a lot easier than my maiden name.
Right, and your reason is a good reason, but initially that's why that happens. The women take on the men's name because we now belong to them. That was
And
the
when we split
initial
up,
reason.
he wrote me an email insisting that I change my name back because I wasn't allowed to have his surname anymore.
And see, I
And
kept
for that
my
reason
ex's
alone,
name.
I never changed it back.
I love it. But I
Fuck
kept
you.
my ex's name because my children had his name as well, and I wanted to have that sense of, us all having that it's last name,
Yeah, I understand that.
Wow. He's texting me.
Well, guys, we've run a little bit over time, but we sure have had a good time. I'm sorry you got here. Didn't get to come a little
we're
earlier,
being
Jen. That's
hassled
okay.
being hassled to go to Joe's. I might try and get here on time next week if you want me.
Awesome. Anytime you're welcome. All you girls in the group are always welcome. Just let me know. Let us know when you're available, and we're glad to have you. I really appreciate everybody coming tonight. This has been a great time. This is the first time we've had a full house, so I'm real excited about that.
And we're being hassled to go over to Jay.
Yeah, I told him
That's
I
what those
couldn't
texts
commit to
are.
the show tonight because I wasn't sure if we were going to do an after show or if this was going to last a while because we had more people or what. So I just told him I couldn't do it this week because I didn't want to be
So I
late
won't
like I
see
was
you over
last
there.
time.
So I'm not going to see you over there, Angie.
I'll be over in the chat. I'll be in the side chat. I'll come watch.
No worries. Everyone else should come over to the side chat. I think it's going to be nuts. We're doing the same guy that I did the other day. Only this time he's talking about Popeye's chicken being cursed by witchcraft.
I love me some Popeyes.
Now Angie wants to get in the
tenders.
chat.
All right, so we're going to take the last few minutes and we're going to go around the circle and we're going to have everybody talk a little bit about your channel. Wonder Lady Faye, you go first. I saw you talking to Neil in the chat, so you got something coming up?
Nope.
Well, you can't blame a girl for trying. How about you, my Linda T and the Danish? What's coming up on your channel?
I don't know. Haven't got any plans.
No plans? Well, we have to change
No
that.
plans.
You got to have plans. Because if you don't have plans, you don't
maybe
get
not
viewers.
Sometime.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Nadine? You doing okay, sweetie?
I don't know with all this stuff going on for the. I don't know what's going to happen to my channels. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to happen with. So, and the winter's coming, which means I'm going to be slowing down anyway because it's usually bad days.
Are we
So-
actually live, Jay? Sorry.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm going to do, and blah blah blah. Yay!
Yeah, the COPPA stuff has got everybody up in a kind of an uproar, and it's a combination of regulation of the government and a combination of YouTube not doing their part, and
Mhm.
Folks like Nadine are the ones who are going to suffer because they have mixed audiences.
Mhm.
And so, write to your senators, write to your people, call your government officials and say, hey, fix this.
Sorry about that,
It's
guys,
not
too. I was
working.
in 2 streams at once.
Oh, all right. Well,
And I
Apostababe, what
forgot
you
to
got
mute
coming up
this
on
one.
your channel?
Okay, hi guys, I'm Apostababe Linda James, and I have a channel that is about teaching people what are the characteristics of an abusive person or group so that people can recognize, say for instance, if they're being gaslighted, so
Yeah.
that they can recognize that they're being gaslighted. So
Oh,
it
was
came
that-
from a very destructive cult.
Can you hear me?
Mhm.
I can, yes.
Hey. There
What
you go.
Hi. What is your question? Are you asking
Did
me
I
something, Jen?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting confused with 2 streams open. Ignore me. I'm going to mute
Okay.
myself for a sec.
Girlfriend. Figure out how to do this cross-eyed because you'd be awesome at it. So anyways, my channel is to expose the jw.org for the many secrets that they hide and different techniques that are very abusive so that people don't fall for that, because nobody plans on joining a cult, and most people believe it couldn't happen to them. It can. So that's why I have my channel, to educate people. So my
Yay.
latest thing that I'm working on is the United Nations, and just a little info about Jehovah's Witnesses. They are all taught that the United Nations is something of evilness from Revelations, and that we as Jehovah's Witnesses cannot have anything to do with any governmental anything. We can't vote or nothing. Well, I found some info where their leadership is actually at the United Nations. So I'm putting together a 4-part series. So if you have any JW friends, please bring them to my channel. I should have that out pretty soon. Okay?
Mhm.
Guys.
Awesome. All right, Jen, what you got coming up?
First of all, I want to apologize for talking over people because I got myself confused about which streams I had muted and unmuted. So I apologize for that. I totally
love
you.
confused myself. Jay wanted me over there for an audio check before he went going. So, sorry.
That's okay. I just
What have I
posted
got up?
the link
I'm on
to
Jay's stream in about 20 minutes now. Everyone should hop over there and join that. It should be hilarious, as I said earlier. I have a new video out, and I can't even remember what I did. I was so tired last night when I put that video up. Yeah, it was about anti-vaxxing and GMOs, and apparently how people are doing. Apparently, these anti-vaxxers think that the man is trying to create genocide in the world through these things. Yeah, I know it's nuts. I have a collab coming up with somebody, and it'll be my first video where I'm not the one who says anything about a selfie stick.
Wow.
Okay.
Can I just say one more thing, Miss Angie?
Sure. Go ahead, sweetie.
Okay, Maya in the chat room was saying that cults prey on the weak-minded, and she was commenting to somebody else that you're clearly too smart for them. Let me just say that is not the case. What they prey on is people who are in a time of transition, and when they are weak, not weak-minded. I'm going to tell you something. Brilliant people join cults. Brilliant, like
yeah.
rocket scientists, brilliant people. And they're like almost the best shoo-ins. So if you have a time where you've lost a loved one, if you've moved from one location to another, if you start a new school, these different times when you're feeling a bit vulnerable, those are easy times to be recruited into cult. It's not weak-minded.
Yep.
when you're weak because of these circumstances of loss. Those are
Yeah,
great
when
times
you're
to find
weak-hearted,
yourself.
not weak-minded.
Correct.
That's the way I
So
look at it.
just wanted to say that, Miss Maya, but I appreciate your comment. Okay.
Well
Thank
put,
you, Maya.
sweetie. Well put, sweetie. And y'all,
Anything
just
else
so you know,
welcome?
Maya's an awesome, awesome chick. I love her, and I'm still trying to talk her into coming on a girls'
Oh
night.
yeah, you must.
She's resisting.
And one other thing I wanted to add, we are definitely doing that collab, Angie.
Oh, I so want to.
Yeah,
Just
I
let
did
me
too.
know.
I have a couple of ideas. I'll shout them out to you in DM, and yeah, we can go from there. How many
That's right.
followers are you up to now?
I am up on Twitter. I'm up to
And you're up to
245,
115 subs. Right.
and then I got
You're,
115
you're
on YouTube.
definitely
So I'm doing
getting
pretty
on my
good.
channel, and we're going to see if we can get you some more subs.
Yeah, we need to get Jen up to 300. That's our goal,
Oh
guys.
yeah,
So we're talking
I'll
about doing a
get. I got
collaboration.
5 yesterday thanks to Ansgar, so that was nice.
Yeah. Hi,
Um,
Philip. You got here just in time for the
I want to get.
end.
I want you at 200 by Christmas.
Ooh, that would be cool. I didn't even think I'd get to 100 by New Year's, but y'all fix
No, I
that.
want
Thank
you at
you.
200 by Christmas. You deserve it, Angie. You're awesome fun.
I'm excited about having my own YouTube URL. I don't know
I'm
why
gonna have
that
to
tickles
go.
me so
I'm
much.
gonna have to go out, girls, because I better go
All
over and
right,
get
sweetie,
organized.
bye. We're
I
fixing
will
to
see
cut
you
it off
guys over
anyway.
there, and if anyone from here actually wants to jump in and discuss this on Jay's channel, the weird and stupid, feel free. Just hit me up on Twitter, and I'll shoot you a DM, and you can jump in.
All right, sweetie. Thank you for coming in. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All
Bye.
right, guys. So that's going to be the end of our show. I want to thank Faye and Nadine and Linda for coming in. And Rhonda, we're so glad you came by. I hope you're okay. I hope you're listening because we love you and we want you to be well and happy. Yeah, I'm going to jump over to ETC channel because I get a kick out of watching sometimes. Some channels I can tolerate the rebuttal videos. Some channels I can't watch too much of it because it's like, oh, don't be mean. They're sick. Like there's something wrong with them. But I want to say thank you to everybody for coming. So let's try a girls' night raid. Let's everybody run over to ETC's channel. I posted the link in the chat. All the links to all the people except for Jen's little corner. I'm sorry, Jen, I didn't get your links down in the description because I didn't know you were coming. But all the
I
links
think
to all the
Robert did.
girls are in the description
Robert just put in the
below.
chat.
Please go and follow and please go and subscribe to these channels. You will love it. You will absolutely love it. And I just want everybody to holler out a great old big bye.
Bye.
And we